The hearing will come to order.
On Capitol Hill, Democrats, gobsmacked by what they were hearing, fired question after question.
Director Radcliffe, this was a huge mistake, correct?
No. Was there any mention of a target in Yemen?
I don't remember mention of specific targets.
Director Gabbard, did you participate in the group chat with Secretary of Defense and other Trump senior officials discussing the Yemen war plans?
Senator, I don't want to get into the specifics.
Ma'am, were you on? You're not going to be willing to address?
And so it went. The day after, word that somehow this senior U.S. journalist, Jeffrey Goldberg, editor-in-chief of The Atlantic magazine, was mistakenly sent these text messages using the messaging app Signal from a group chat by the Trump administration's senior national security team. The messages came as U.S. forces were planning an attack on Houthi rebels in Yemen this month and contained specific, secret details about the attack ahead of time. Democrats said if the leak had gone to the enemy, it could have cost U.S. lives.
This sloppiness, this incompetence, this disrespect for our intelligence agencies and the personnel who work for them is entirely unacceptable. It's an embarrassment.
Senator,
you need to do better.
Senators were told the military details were not classified. Trump himself later downplayed all of it.
There was no classified information, as I understand it. They used a app, if you want to call it an app, that a lot of people use.
Trump seemingly blamed the journalist, calling him a sleazebag.
He's made up a lot of stories, and I think he's basically bad for the country.
After all of that, Trump advisor Mike Waltz took full responsibility for the leak, Adrienne, and the White House said it's now moving on.
And Paul, that was hardly the only news coming out of that committee meeting.
Yeah, as the hearing began, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, you saw her in the piece, gave what's known as the ATA, the Annual Threat Assessment, a rundown of known threats to the U.S., chief among them on the drug front, the cartels. But she made no mention of Canada on drugs. So it was put to Gabbard, why no mention, since Trump has so often said fentanyl from Canada is the basis for U.S. tariffs on Canadian goods. Here's her reply to that.
Senator, the focus in my opening and the ATA was really to focus on the most extreme threats in that area. And our assessment is that the most extreme threat related to fentanyl continues to come from and through Mexico.
The senator then said effectively, well, how does that jibe with what Trump's been saying, hence the tariffs? Gabbard said she'd have to get back to him, and the hearing moved on.
All right. Paul Hunter tonight in Washington.